In this video, we're going to look at how to use the ClimaScope interface. ClimaScope opens with the Emission Scenario Explorer, and the title is found at the top of the screen. On the right-hand side are the layers that are present on this map, and as you drag the slider, you can see the various layers. In this case, it's the SRES emission scenarios and the new IPCC RCP emission scenarios. The colors representing a histogram, which is mostly used in EcoMapper. Layers that are turned on have a blue check, and so if you turn on the blue check next to Kenya poverty, it turns on the poverty layer. For water, flood, and sanitation, the water, flood, and sanitation layer, and for agriculture, fishery, and forestry, it turns on the mapping for results, agriculture, fishery, and forestry layer. Any number of layers can be on at the same time. On the left-hand side of the screen is the zoom bar, and you can drag anywhere on the map simply by clicking where you want to be and dragging it to the center of the map. Now we'll click and zoom in this case on Kenya, and you can zoom in farther and farther, and in fact with this base map you can zoom in farther than the climate data are present. And as you zoom in, you'll see more and more detail. The climate data will then remap on top of the existing base map. Once you've identified the area you want to look at, you could click on a spot, say a village for example, and a box will open giving you information on that spot. In this case, it's showing you that there are 10 windows, the observed climate, in this case temperature, followed by the RCP and the SRES emission scenarios, going in order from least emissions and thus lowest temperature to highest emissions and highest temperature. This allows you to look and see what the temperature profile would be depending on the emission scenario. Here we've turned on the Kenya poverty map, and as you click on any of the shaded areas, it gives you the population of that district as well as the poverty percentage by head count in that district. But not only that, if you'll notice, there's another 10 windows, and those 10 windows contain the information on temperature for the different emission scenarios. So as you click through, you get observed followed by RCP 3PD, SRES B1, RCP 4.5, and so on, all the way up to the IPCC RCP 8.5 emission scenario. If you turn on the other boxes, the water, sanitation, and flooding projects, or the agriculture, fishing, and forestry projects, you'll see where World Bank projects are located in this area. In this case, we click on a project near Marsabit, and it gives you information on that particular project. And again, as you cursor through, you can see information on how the temperature would change with different emission scenarios by the time you reach the 2071 to 2100 time period. In the next video, we'll talk about how you use the featured maps.